Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Stop the violence, stop the hate.
246,
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 Stop the violence, stop the hate.
Stop the violence, stop the hate! Stop the violence, stop the hate! No peace!
no justice,
No peace!
no racist,
Police!
no racist,
Police!
no justice,
No peace!
no justice,
No peace!
no racist,
Police!
no racist.
Police! Black lives matter! 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 Sandra Bland! Sandra Bland!
Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland.
No peace!
No justice!
No sleep!
No justice!
No sleep!
No justice!
No sleep! Sandra Bland! Sandra Bland! Sandra Bland! No peace! No sleep! No sleep! And they said, what's the hurry? Tomorrow, why anyway.
No shit. What's going on? What the mic? Who got the mic? What's happening, bro?
Hey, TT's got it up there. TT's got it up front.
Defund the police and give it to minorities. Black lives matter. 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 They really, really matter. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, when black lives are under attack, what do you do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do you do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do you do?
Stand up, fight back.
When queer lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Your life is under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Whole lives matter.
Black lives matter.
Whole lives matter.
Black lives matter.
Whole lives matter.
Black lives matter.
We really, really matter.
They really,
Scooch over, please.
We really,
really matter.
we don't want no bad cops.
We don't want no bad cops.
We don't want no racist cops.
We don't want no racist cops.
We don't want no killer cops.
We don't want
Even people, good support crowd from
Not in our community.
Not in our community.
Get out of our community.
Get out of our community.
They're tangible. Our community leaders can make them happen, and we should use our voices to force them. So, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you so much for that, and thank you everybody who came out tonight. I did not come here planning a speech, so I'm just going to wing it. I called for this to happen because I wanted to show that Portland, Oregon isn't just at the Justice Center rioting and throwing shit at the police and saying all cops are bastards. And I'm not saying I don't disagree with them at all. I'm just saying I want to show that we still have people who do want to do this peacefully. And we were being peaceful. None of that stuff was happening, and they were still.
How's that now?
So I can't understand why they're mad. You know what I mean? But I wanted to call this to show that a lot of us do want to be peaceful. If everybody came here, make some noise if you came here to be peaceful.
How's it sound?
Thank you.
Still a
guys.
bit crackly.
So that shows we do still have that support. We don't want our message to get lost because we are losing a lot of support. The mainstream media is always going to say that we're doing something wrong. Always, no matter what. Even when we weren't doing anything wrong, they still said we were doing something wrong. I also wanted to utilize this moment because a lot of people have ideas for what they want to change. And I just want people to feel comfortable to come up here and say how they want to change Portland, Oregon. So if anybody wants to come up, anybody? Don't be shy. Yeah, what's up?
Thanks, Soul. I'm Black Secular. I co-run Hip Hop Stands Up with Angela Foster. She's a native
to Angela.
and Calamus native. And it's really good to see you guys all here tonight. It's really important that we're all here to stand up for Black lives. We have so much momentum. This in my gimbal. It's a really important time in our lives. We've never had this momentum. I literally been asking for this for 18 years. I wrote a rhyme years ago about how I thought of the police. I'm gonna share that with you guys right now. Yeah. I said, if you think my anger is misplaced enough, you never saw the look in the child's face when those police order against a mason let loose. The truth is it's a disgrace how they run on packs and on backs of their horses with unidentified sources and confidential informants. You secretly indict the people they don't like and also vote and speak for what's right. Right or wrong, I'm gone. I'm on a tangent. Why? Because I don't understand this, man. There are people once, and they wanted to help. But soon lost themselves because of all the details and events tell the rookies, and rookies believe in the people are blind because they don't want to see the cops are a gang who maintain and vain the status quo with oversight committees all made of their own. They tell us all good gravy, just go murder mentally ill. We receive 2 weeks paid vacation and paying for their blood you spill. We keep it real. So wake the fuck up. Take alarms if you have to. I don't know. Take back your couch and wait for these pigs to blast you. I'm an actor. Oh, I'll keep it here out and flip flop video kids and horsemen. What? I'm not going to force a combination though, but I'm sick of waiting and I got no patience. Have you ever heard the name Kendra James? You ever seen a pig hide his head in shame and then reach back with a nightstick and smash whoever mentioned him and scream at the top of his lungs, "Won't you learn your fucking lesson, bro?" Look, all we're asking is for some passion, some accountability. This is why we're moving to action. And this is why we're spilling these grievances to be redressed. Who do you serve? Who do you protect? How do you expect to get an ounce of my respect every third time I see you have a knee in someone's neck? Here's all I want to see. I want to see them talk to their fellow police. I want them to tell them that what he did was wrong and they won't pretend they did not see. I want them to remember why they took their jobs in the first place. I want them to distance themselves from those who thrive on hurt and hate. I said I want them to remember why they took their jobs in the first place. And I want them to distance themselves from those who thrive on hurt and hate. I wrote that 18 years ago. And now we're standing up. Each and every one of you has a pack, you do your part. Each one and every you has a very special talent that you know that you use in your normal life, where you want to use. We have artists out here.
Service is kind of
doctors,
crappy right now.
We have lawyers. We have musicians. We have
Is it still cutting out?
people who are social influencers. We have live streamers that document. We have people willing to be on the front lines and take the blows for Black lives that Black people have been taking for years and years. We have people that make food and are willing to feed people. Whatever it is you do, well, do it for Black lives. All you can do is give $5 to a charity, a Black-run charity, do that, man. If all you can do is just show up and stand here, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, my signal isn't great here.
Because just standing here could get you hurt.
How much?
It's an unfortunate fact. There's a lot of things we agree on and a lot of things we don't agree on. There's a lot of different types of protests and a lot of different types of people doing what they're doing. One thing that we all can agree on right now is that we are here to hold violent people accountable for their actions. Day 51. We will not stop. We will not leave until we hold violent people accountable for their actions.
Yeah, you had a good talk, a good little speech.
Thank you, Hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything to say? Anybody want to come up and say what they think changes for Portland? Anybody have any ideas? You could even say it from the crowd and I'll say it for you. What do you think changes for Portland, Oregon? You. How could, yeah, because you know what change looks like.
What do you guys
think
think
that we
changes?
could do for Portland to change? Do you want to come up and talk?
You guys have an idea?
Sure, that'd be dope. Thank you for being here again, man.
Can you
What's up,
guys
everybody? How you doing?
comment on what you think
Hey,
change would be like?
We're down here from Seattle, and I'm sure you guys, while you've been in Stoop in your struggle down here, you've seen what's been going on up there, right? And there is changes that are taking place, and I know you've seen that happen as well. It's come at the sacrifice of a lot of people, much like yourselves, that have been willing to step forward and to support an idea, right? And an idea took root. And I think one of the things that's so incredibly important is to educate yourselves as best you can as to how you can be involved. And much like Sol was saying, if you don't have an answer, ask a question. That's the best way to learn. I can tell you, me personally, like my experience with the movement up in Seattle has been one of, well, it started off with humbling myself up a little bit. And I can tell you right now, it comes down to appreciating that you don't have all the answers. You don't
I didn't
know
see any writing last night.
You know, it's better to seek to understand than to be understood. And I talk a lot. And anybody that knows me knows I talk a lot. It's what I do, right? And I had to just shut the hell up a little bit and allow myself to educate and to immerse myself in a real struggle and understand what BLM meant to me personally and have that personal revelation. And so when it comes down to change, the questions I ask continually on our coverage is what's next? Like, we're here now, but what's next? You know, what are the steps that are going to be taken?
Yeah, I saw that,
And
Robert.
how do we get there? You know, take a look at it from the back end as to where we already are at and how did we arrive. You know? And I think collectively, as you look around, you see a mixed group of individuals here, white, black, and everything in between. And I think that's a big part of it, is an allyship of all different sorts. And I mean, I know back home we have people that are immunodeficient that want to be involved. And so they're doing what they can from an Overwatch view and doing their part, thank you, to better support and to send their love and solidarity out to something that they truly feel strongly about. And I think that from an observatory standpoint, and I know that we have people give us feedback on the far right, on the far left, but on that human level, like where we break bread in the middle, like you can't look at what's happening and not appreciate that it affects us all. You know? And if it doesn't have a personal effect with you, then you're not listening. You're not paying attention. And I would encourage, if anything, the organization, like what Sol's doing right now, and what we've seen down here is beautiful. I mean, scary at times, because Portland goes hard. Like, no joke. You guys go legitimate. You come out suited, booted, and ready to say what you want to say. And whether or not anyone wants to hear it or not, appreciate that the entire world is watching right now. Like, legitimately, I hope you guys appreciate it. The entire world is watching. That's powerful. That's very powerful. If you have President Trump tweeting and personally investing in what's happening on the streets of Portland, you've already arrived. Like, you're here. You've made it. I would ask everybody to put yourself into deep thought and conversation and structure a platform, even from a personal standpoint, have those conversations. Better communicate with each other, get a hold of people that have a voice, that are willing to put that out there, and share that with them. Don't think that your thought is not valid because you don't have a microphone or a camera or a platform that you feel is valid. Everything you're thinking needs to be heard. And so I would encourage you to reach out, talk to each other, share streams, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, real history, right?
But get that into each other's ears and see if you can elicit that change on a cellular level, right? Start internally and work globally, because it's like I said, the world's here. Just let them know what you want them to hear. You know what I mean? Say something that you feel passionate about, that you want Trump to retweet it tomorrow. Okay, so again, have those conversations, write it down, put it up on a placard, put it on a billboard, whatever you need to do, but let the world know what you want to see change, and then speak your piece. So thank you guys for the time. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing this. That's all.
Thank you. All right, my name is Andrew Mercado. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Give it up for Andrew Mercado.
I've been here once before, and the things that I was witnessing from the Portland Police Bureau, it just baffled me. Because we had peace in Minneapolis at the time, but we had to work towards it. Nothing was organized in Minneapolis. There wasn't leadership that was an established entity. So when they say there's a Black Lives Matter organization, I'm confused what that means, because Black lives should matter to everybody, regardless if there is an organization or not. But I have yet to see an organization running things. It's the people running things. I watched Lake Street burn for a week, and it broke my heart because that's where I'm from. Watching the businesses burn, watching the business owners struggle, and being there, it hurt me because that's where I'm from. But you can also show empathy for the rage and the frustration that has been happening in this country for far too long. It is entirely possible to have empathy for the situation on both sides, to both understand that it's time for peace, but also understand the rage that has transpired since I've been in existence. I turn 27 tomorrow, and I couldn't think of a better place to be. Portland has been nothing but a second home to me. A lot of my following is from Portland, and one of my closest friends in life, Soul, is holding my phone for me right now, my live stream. And I wasn't gonna speak, and I don't public speak at all. I'm not very good at it, but
You're doing great.
I've never done it before. But what I wanted to do after Minneapolis is I wanted to take myself to places and see it for myself. Far too often, there's people that give an opinion on things but don't put themselves in the situation. And I was one of those people where I would always form an opinion based off what someone else would say. So I was at the CHOP in Seattle. Ian, we went there. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Trump rally. We stayed here at the Trump rally. We covered both sides. We covered the Tulsa Police Department. We covered what they did there, and it was not good. It was a similar situation to what you guys have going on here. That's where we were able to tell that the president was lying about the crowd size and that they were blocking barriers because we were live streaming the entire thing. Yeah. And that is our purpose, because when we live stream things, there's no cuts, there's no edits. It's just straight. You're gonna get it, whether there's action, if the people want action, or it's people speaking their mind here. And I'm gonna continue streaming in Minneapolis when I get home. George Floyd Square is a memorial. You can come there any time of day in a park, in a place about the same size as this. Any time of day, 24 hours a day, you can go there on the south side of Minneapolis and pay your respects. And I'm just hoping that other places in this country can have something similar to what we have in Minneapolis after what we had went through. Thank you. Okay, so does anybody else have anything to say? If not, then I'm gonna say something. Does anybody have anything to say? No? Oh, hey. Hold on. What's your name?
Albert.
What is community? This right here, that's right. This right here is community. I love seeing everybody here in solidarity because, quite frankly, we got a big problem.
Yes, we do.
Now, we've got a mayor and we've got a governor who say that they want to stop the violence. It's really easy to stop the violence, right? Send them home. Literally send the cops home. Send the federales home. They don't belong here. We are at a critical time right now for our democracy and for this country. This is no joke. When we have federal agents coming into peaceful cities like Portland and sweeping people up off of the streets with no rights, without any warning, without any reason, that's not democracy. That is not America. And the only way that we're going to stop that is to bring community together. The only way we stop that is by showing up. Okay? Now, I saw the thing you guys posted out there. I said, I got come. You know? By the way, my name's Albert Lee. And
Albert Lee.
thank you.
Hey, Rochelle.
I'm just a Portlander here that wants to stand up. Black lives matter, right? You know, those folks that say all lives matter. Well, if all lives matter, black lives matter, right? So, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see all of you here. And the only way that we are going to
Feds
stop
have been
folks like
here
Trump
already.
sending goons over here to take us off the street is to continue to come out of the streets. Okay? So, do what you can to encourage your friends and family to come out as well, those that can. You know, I've got a kid and a wife that can't, so I'm out here. But as someone else said, you know, you can support in so many different ways by contributing to various causes, to amplifying the voice, amplifying the message. And for all of those that are here, come out, show up, walk, stand, hold your ground. This is our city. This is our town.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Woo. Anybody else want to say any words? What's that? What? Okay.
Here's Eric's.
If y'all are tired of Ted Wheeler, because I know I am, I'm trying not to cuss right now. If y'all are tired of Ted Wheeler, please consider writing in to Ressa Rayford for mayor when the ballots come. She is the founder of Don't Shoot PDX, and she is one of the main people who started protecting all the protesters down at the Justice Center. They're one of the main plaintiffs in the temporary restraining order against the tear gas and impact munitions. So she has been fighting for us before we ever even realized she was. She has also done several community initiatives that have shown real results here in Portland, and she deserves to have a chance to do better than what we have now. So please, I don't care if you don't vote for anything else, although I think you should, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg is also relying on us. But if you don't vote for anything else, please consider writing in to Ressa Rayford for mayor. It's TERESSARAIFORD. Okay, cool.
Thank you again. Let me not do that again. So, again, why I called this is because I wanted everybody to state their opinions on what change is. And speaking of change, a lot of times in my comments, because you guys, when I'm streaming, we have trolls. Everybody knows what the trolls are. Fuck the trolls, right? Say fuck the troll.
Fuck the trolls!
Fuck the trolls. So we get a lot of times in the comments where the trolls are like, what are you guys gonna change with this? You guys aren't changing anything. And I can say as a person of color, I have seen change. I'm experiencing it and I am living it every day. And An example that I constantly use when I do reply to those trolls is grocery shopping. A small thing, everybody grocery shops. So, grocery shopping before, as you see, I have face tattoos, of course. I'm a person of color. People would look at me like I was doing something wrong, even when I was just trying to buy groceries. And now, after all of this, after this month and a half, I can go to the grocery store and people look at me like I'm a fucking regular human being. People put their fist up for me. People look at me like I'm like, and I feel like I shouldn't be looked at because I have tattoos on my face and because I'm a person of color. I may look intimidating, but I'm one of the nicest persons you can ever fucking meet. I'm a people pleaser. I love people, and I want to make everybody happy. And what I want is I want my kids to grow up. I have a 2-year-old. I have a kid on the way, and I want them to grow up and not feel what I felt for my 24 years of living. So I want change. I really, really want change. And I think us as a community can make that happen, especially when people say what they feel like change looks like. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks all.
Does anybody want to say any more words? What's your name?
Name is Zog. Please bear with me. I don't do
Zog.
public speaking and did not prepare this, but I just wanted to add to what 2 people before him were talking about as far as other ways, things that are important for us to be doing, and that is the phone lines, the emails. We need to pressure our leadership to get rid of the qualified immunity. Governor Kate Brown does have that power. They've done this in Colorado. That should be a front and center issue. We need to pressure her to get rid of that.
Love you too.
And then also, forgot one of the other things. That's it really though. All the issues that we can attack that way by writing our representatives, by email, calling on the phone, we have to keep that pressure up. Because a lot of them we have some in Oregon that are genuine. We have Jeff Markley. He's done a lot of great things. He's not your typical politician, but most of our leadership, besides Ted Wheeler, does want to see the federal police out of here. But what I've read lately is that they don't have that power exactly. So we just need to keep pressuring them to figure out what they can do. But that's all I've got. There's up here I'm cut out.
Thank you.
All right. If no one has anything left to say, you want to say something? Yeah, for sure.
Chris.
Hi all, my name is Jason. I've been watching the protests and all of the streamers since day 3 of all of this. Didn't touch me at all for day 1, 2, and 3 because I live a sheltered life. But I've been watching it since day 3 and I've been watching it every night. The very first time that I came out to participate in one of these protests was this Friday. 49 some odd days, I was sitting at home because I was afraid to come out. I was worried about coming out.
Heather.
I didn't know if I would be a part of this community, if I'd be welcomed, if I'd be accepted. But standing behind all of these streamers here that I've been vicariously living through, and standing amongst all of you, everybody being welcoming, I want to let everybody on the streams know that even if you have not felt comfortable coming to this point, or you haven't been able to come to this point, it's never, ever, ever too late. This is my 2nd event. I'm having an amazing time, and I'm so happy to be supporting my community.
A lot of people support Black Lives Matter, not just one group.
I want to see more and more people because I'm fucking loving it.
Sorry again.
That way.
One more thing I did want to address is a lot of the people don't appreciate being filmed at the Justice Center, but something that I think that we should all be getting out there is the fucking cops are filming. The cops are filming. There's cameras everywhere. Don't feel scared. Don't feel scared to have your cameras out. I don't think it's something that people should be complaining about. We need to get our voices out there. We need to show what's really happening because so many people are listening to the news and relying on the news, and they don't know what's really happening. So I encourage everybody, and if you're not down there, sharing one of the streamers, there's tons of streamers out here, sharing one of the streams so that your neighbor can hear what's going on, your teacher, your friend who are listening to the news, who are being persuaded by the news, their false narrative. What we're doing, we're showing what's really happening. We're not only showing the opposite of the news. I'm not here to be the opposite of the news. I'm here to show what's really happening. I'm here to be the real news.
Thank you.
Way to go, Soul.
We're gonna have the microphone.
They just put up more. They just put more cameras up at the
anywhere.
Justice Center
Doesn't matter.
too.
You want to say something? Sweet.
They're everywhere now. So if you're worried about being seen, then
What up,
wear a
everybody?
mask.
Just trying to work up the courage here.
You got this.
All right, so this man right here, I have been following him since day one with the live streams. The live streams are truth. It's honesty, just like you were saying. Mainstream media is going to edit our videos, make us look out to be monsters. We're not. We're a community of people right here. This is it. You go downtown, we're feeding and clothing the homeless, making sure they're protected as well, because they're the ones that are mostly exposed right now. I've been getting in several arguments with people that I used to go to high school with. I'm from New York. I moved here 5 years ago. Some of the people that I grew up in high school.
I'm not really a speaker. I'm here to. I'm just here to
people of color.
try and give an unbiased opinion. Just an unbiased view of what they're doing here.
Tell me, Jimmy, don't get caught up in what's going on.
I was asked to
don't know what's going on. Follow this YouTube.
help to bring this event together.
I can't think of his name right now, but he's
I wanted to just film it.
He's a
I felt
person
like that was
of mixed colors,
doing my part doing
mixed race,
by filming.
but he is still right-winged, and everything that he's pulling up is against left-wing. I'm a believer that you're too far left, you're too far right, it doesn't work. You gotta walk in the fucking middle. You gotta hear some truth and honesty. There's our story, there's their story. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. Support your live streamers. If you're not gonna film it, that's fine. You got too many things going on. All of these people here are filming. Thank you. Get on Facebook. Go in your search. Portland Protest Live. They're there. Show it. Show the world what's happening. Because they don't fucking get it unless they're here and we're documenting it to show them. Thank you guys for all of your support. I've been here since Sunday. I've been home doing my research. Sunday happened and I was just like, fuck it.
No, I'm not here to participate in the event. I'm just
not
here to
in a
film
fucking city that I love.
Obviously,
You're not gonna
I'm here,
attack the
so
people
I'm
that I fucking became
participating
friends with,
anyway.
the people that I love. You're not gonna do it here. Thank you guys for listening. I love each and every one of you. Remain strong, remain tight, remain together. We will fucking see change. We're already seeing it, and it's gonna keep happening. Thank you for letting me speak. Thank you for everything that you were doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. By the way, all the shirts up here are free. You guys can come grab any style, any size. We're limited on sizes and styles right now, but you guys can grab any shirts you want. Does anybody else have anything to say? What's going on, man?
All right.
This guy's from the
My name
Portland
is
Protest
Alex.
Bureau.
I'm one of the members of the Portland Protest Bureau. I don't know if you heard about us.
This guy just got arrested
We are a
this
small
week.
group of 20-somethings that have been coming to the Justice Center since day one, who have bonded organically over all the shared trauma that comes with being there day after day.
Yeah, I gotta get one.
I wanted to just plug an event that we are holding at the Apple Store tonight. If anyone's familiar with Black Unity out of Eugene, they have been mentoring us of sorts to try and create an organization. They are bringing 150 plus people from Eugene, as well as a couple hundred more from Salem and Seattle tonight. So, 10 o'clock at the Apple
Tonight
Store,
there will be
there will
numbers,
be a
it
speaking
sounds like.
event, and then we will be leading a march to the Justice Center. That's all I have to say.
What time is it at? What time? What time?
Apple Store, he said.
10 o'clock, Apple Store. There's
Does anybody in the
speakers
crowd have
for
anything
the
to say?
Portland Protest Bureau.
You do.
you notice I'm white. Yes.
Pretty bad.
I know. When this all sort of started with George Floyd, and then I saw Portland kind of blow up, and I say what? Right. Yeah. Obviously it didn't start with George Floyd, but I mean, you know what I mean. All of this this new wave of uprising. And honestly, like my experience with cops was like, you ask them directions, they give them to you. They're lovely. They're wonderful. No, I didn't love cops, you know, but I was like, I was like, okay, I can see why they're getting upset. But then I started watching the streams. So I have done a complete 180. I can't believe that we're talking about the feds, and yeah, they need to get the fuck out of here. But my son not supposed to say that. But the Portland police have been brutalizing us for what, 6 weeks now? 52 days. They've been brutalizing
today is day 52
people in this community
of this wave of Portland protests after George Floyd died.
I was living in a bubble, and I know that now, and it just means so much to me. I'm a journalism background, so the live streamers out here are so important. I'm immunocompromised, yeah, so I can't really be out at these marches. I can't be getting tear gas, but you guys are, you guys are all my new heroes, seriously. I love you so much, and you're changing minds. That's what I want you to know. You're changing minds. And that's what it's about, right? And that's all I have.
Just real quick on the subject of changing minds. A couple years ago, I went to a basic rights support and leadership conference. I'm not gay, but I just wanted support, and I wanted to learn what I could from my community. So I went on to talk to learn about media and what they did to change people's minds about gay marriage.
I'll have to get a shirt from him later because I don't want to take what these other people
a couple really quick things
are grabbing from
we
him.
can all take with
Hey,
us
Danny.
and use in our real lives. Those things are, we are not going to change people's minds with facts. We will change people's minds with feelings. If they can feel what we feel and empathize with us and see where we're coming from, that's when people's minds will change. Another thing is when you talk to people,
This is good stuff. Please share this if you
about
can.
this, you don't know a lot. Make it short and make it simple. Make it 3 very simple things you have to say. Make them concise. And if they keep trying to redirect it back to those 3 things. Whatever it is you need, whatever it is you're talking about. If we can do these things, we can change minds, we can change hearts, and we will win.
Alright everybody, we're going to take a break from the speakers. We're going to play a little bit of music. Feel free to hang out, chill out, jam out a little bit. We're going to have some more speakers in, I would say, about 30-45 minutes. So thank you for being here. Your support and solidarity means the world to this movement. What you're doing right here, even just being here as a body, means a lot. So thank you very, very much. And we'll get back to the speakers in just a little bit. So thank you.
You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it.
Starbucks. I don't really want to promote it, but it was on the way. I think it just closed. The one that I went to.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get that gimbal? How much you got going over here?
Oh, I got this gimbal. I also don't want to promote Amazon, but that's where I got it. And I got the extender from there as well.
Because it's like the best parts of the selfie stick, but also with like what Eric has. You know,
Yeah.
I want one too. Yeah. I have a steady hand, but that's like, I keep bringing my tripod too, just in case we need something.
Yeah, kinda. It's kinda new. I've had it for a couple weeks. Like 99, I think, or something.
With the extender, or?
The extender was probably just like $12.
That's
or something.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's like $99 plus the $12.
Yeah, it's worth
You
it.
get that.
For sure. What's that? It was only like $99.
$99?
Yeah.
Does everything?
Yeah, I mean, it has like,
I gotta give me one of these. Oh, look at that. What's the brand though?
it's Hohem.
I can't hear you. What?
Hohem. It's probably a Chinese made thing.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I haven't done that part yet, but yeah, it does. These other streamers are gonna have a gimbal just like mine soon. It works really well. And everybody, a lot of people seem to have the gray one that Adam Costello and Eric's have. But now I'm gonna look around and see the same one that I have.
Puts your routine on pause. Just take before you go.
Javon!
For release by morning.
Hey!
Tasting mixed berry flavor.
You're already suited up and everything. You look like a soldier. Can I get you on camera or no? Hang on, let me see.
Oh wow, that thing tilts and everything. Yeah, I love this.
He's ready.
It's made it so much easier.
Yeah, I tried it out, but I ended up having to have my backpack too, and having that, and when I don't know, it just wasn't as comfortable for me because my butt's in the way. But yeah, I know. Every time I see you have a white claw, I feel like. Yep. Are you heading over to Peninsula Park right now? No, this group is marching over to JC. I think in a little bit after some speakers.
I'm going to my friend's hotel because he's having a hard night.
Oh.
Hang out with him for a little bit. He's coming out for the
That's cool. Nice. Yeah, I was planning on leaving at like 2 a.m. last night, and then I ended up getting home at like 4 something.
Yeah, we sat at my friend's hotel room until like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think it's the same time probably where it's to get out of here.
Did you get shot or anything last night, or were you guys pretty safe?
I got a couple rounds to the back of my calf, but I think it felt like it hit my strap, so I don't have like any.
Oh, that's good.
Other than that, no. I remember I was wearing the mask and I met up with my friend Josh. And he was like, "Man, it's so spicy out here." I was like, "Really?" And I took my mask off.
I know, you don't realize it. The mask works really well. Oh my gosh. I'm still like, 36 or something. I still haven't been hit with anything or gas like full on without a mask yet. So yeah, I've been super lucky.
He didn't realize that I was like right behind him.
He picked it up? Did he have gloves on? Oh, okay.
When he cocked it back, my face just got covered in snow.
Dang.
You know who Shanti is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think that's him over there.
Shanti? I don't know.
Yeah, that's CS gas.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I can't believe that they just came out. I just got there and was trying to watch the show. Like, you saw me, I just got there. And then bam, they just started throwing crap because they didn't want people in the park. And they gave warnings and everything, but I honestly didn't think that they would be using tear gas. Yeah, it was a little much. There was like 8 in a tiny little area.
I remember like looking around with my gas mask, it looked like a war zone. Everything was like tan or clean.
Yeah, well, I know that some of the protesters had smoke bombs that were colored, so if you ever saw those.
There's any artists here that have some music they want to showcase. I'm more than happy to do that because I would like, we do have streams here, and copyrighted material will ruin some streams. So if you have some artists who want to play some music, just come over here and I'll pull up your website.
What's that?
And go ahead and play it.
My friend actually got a pretty dope video for it. I was like, no way.
Yeah, I still need to go through all my video. I keep meaning to do it, but it's just.
This is me right up here in the front. They like had just threw a flashbang at us or something. They were all around the corner, and I was just like, fuck it.
Dang. Damn, that's a good shot.
For, like, I've been holding that for like a month now.
Been holding what?
That motor. It just stayed right here this past month, and I finally decided to get rid of it.
Yeah, I saw one mortar like go right into the Justice Center and like off the roof.
People got some pretty good accuracy throwing those.
Yep. I know, every time they go off, I think they're one of the flashbang grenades.
Yeah, just something's going on.
Yeah, it's actually like a permanent structure here, which is cool. I've never been to this park. I've definitely been to the Lloyd Center to see like comedy shows and stuff like that. I saw. Really? Did you grow up here? Like you've been here for a while?
Yeah, I've stayed back for 8 years now. I was in Arizona for high school.
What part of Arizona?
Mesa.
Okay, yeah, I lived in Arizona, or I lived in Tempe, and I was there, let me try to think here, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, 2008. When were you there? What year?
I graduated high school in 13, so I was there from 2008.
Okay, so we were probably around the same area at the same time. I worked at Rawhide. I don't want to give out too much information on here, but damn it. But yeah, I worked at Rawhide Steakhouse for a little bit, like bartending and stuff.
Nice.
You know, in Chandler. Have you heard of that?
Not really. I didn't really, I was a little kid when I was there.
Yeah, I just turned 21 when I got there. I'm aging myself. People know how old I am. Dang it. But yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's like a little, kind of like a little party college town.
I just spent my birthday in Tempe last year because it's college.
Yeah, it's really fun.
When I got a condo in like the middle of just
Yeah, it's amazing because it's like, it's hot first thing in the morning, so you like want to go swimming.
And we were right on Town Lake. So, like,
Yeah, I love that lake. Nice. Did you ever go to the piano bar? It's like a kind of an underground bar, like you have to go down and then they have dueling pianos. They have one of those here too, but it's I think it's for like an older kind of crowd. But the one in Tempe was like all college students and it was pretty fun.
I like it.
Yep. But right now, I mean, I don't think I want to go and visit because it's just, if there's not events and bars that are open, there's not really much to do aside from go swimming. Yeah, I heard it's pretty bad over there, which is crazy. I mean, I know Phoenix is pretty, like, it's considered a big city, but when I lived over there and I would go to Phoenix, it always seemed kind of dead because everything's so spread out that there's not like a really like central downtown, in my opinion.
Everything's like a shade of beige.
Yep. I love the desert though, like the like Sedona and like the Red Rock and all that stuff are beautiful, and all the cacti. But Phoenix, downtown Phoenix, is just kind of like a wasteland, really.
Yeah. Portland's probably, I've been to quite a few places. Portland's probably my favorite, just as far as the bars and how beautiful the city is and stuff. Have you been to Minneapolis and stuff? I don't know, it seems pretty peaceful.
Yeah, yeah.
What was new was like
Hang on, I have to do something really quick on here.
For something you actually want, get new everyday value at McDonald's. Now when you buy one McDouble, McChicken, or 4-piece chicken McNuggets, you get one more for a month. Christmas just January. If you're not thinking about
I saw it on the internet. Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. I didn't see it in person though.
No, I just saw it on Facebook. I thought that was hilarious.
I still don't know who that is.
Everybody I've talked to about it is, it's like, that's such a power move.
Yeah. Well, somebody was saying that they were there and they saw her, like the cops shooting rubber pellets or rubber bullets at her still. Like everybody thought that the cops retreated, but somebody else said that, yeah, that the cops shot at her anyway. But still, it's a good move. Like another funny moment was when I was filming and I was up on the front line and the cops like had a line and the protesters had a line, and like they do. And two homosexual dudes were making out, and the cops were just getting so uncomfortable. It was awesome.
I love when it's like the end of the night and we're just doing the lineup with them, or we sit there and yell at them while they're trying to clean up whatever mess they're trying to clean up.
Yeah.
I love just sitting there, just bantering every single anything I can.
Sorry, I missed that last part.
I just love bantering them for anything that I can. Or, you know,
Yeah.
socks on the ground, like, oh, when you lost your cock stuffer.
Right. Yeah, I really don't mind when we're like all lined up and everything, because it's just, yeah, like banter back and forth. But the last 2 days I was worried that they were going to arrest, because I heard that they were doing mass arrests. So I just like, yeah, and like some of my viewers are like, go closer, why are you afraid? I'm like, because I know that they're just going to arrest me if they get the chance tonight.
Like, I've stopped bringing my shield and stuff just because, yeah, I don't want to get grabbed and be weighed down by my shield or something.
Yeah. I felt safer before just having like an umbrella and then hiding behind something, but they didn't, I don't think they didn't break mine by hand, but they shot at me and they got my umbrella a couple times, so.
I had one cop like try to snatch it from me when they were pushing us back, and I snatched it back. And I was like, fuck you.
You actually got it back?
Ripped in half, but
that's awesome.
I don't work.
Yeah, I have some footage of the cops grabbing a huge red umbrella and breaking it. Like,
I saw that. I think
yeah.
I was watching it live when that
Like, why? That's so, I mean, the only thing I could think of is that they were worried that there was something behind it. Like, they don't know if there's like a weapon or something behind it, but.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had no history of that so far. So, like,
yeah, just the way that the guy grabbed it and then broke it in half just like seemed really childish to me. And then he like stomped on it. Awesome. Have you tried, I don't want to promote this, but it's like a strawberry sign. And it's really good. Anyway, are you going to be at JC later?
What?
Are you going to you said you're going to JC later?
Yeah, I'm going to go to JC.
Cool. Well, I will see you then.
All right. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too. Then go away, Jeremiah. You're annoying me. I'll start singing pretty soon if you don't leave. I didn't invite you here. Seriously, I'm gonna start singing My Heart Will Go On. Hey, Soul. Hey, do you have any shirts left?
They're gone.
Okay, maybe I can get one from you later.
Huh?
I'll get one from you later if you have any. Do you think we're still doing a march, or what do you think?
Huh?
Do you think we're still doing a march, or what do you think?
I would say we're just gonna meet up wherever the fuck we go. I don't know. I wouldn't say like a march. I think we're just do that wherever we decide to go.
Are you planning on going over to Peninsula?
Huh?
Are you planning on going over to Peninsula?
Maybe, if they're still over there.
Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing.
Got some ping pong tables right here.
Are the fires of hell glowing? Is it grizzly reaper emerging?
No, I sang a little bit last night. Who was I singing? I forget which song I was singing, but oh, I was singing Casey and JoJo last night. I have to be the right amount of tired to sing. No, I don't think I don't really block people or get rid of trolls, so to speak, unless they're like threatening people or like using hate speech. Love to Mexico. Where's everybody from? Oh yeah, drum and bass. It was more popular a few years back, but apparently it's still a thing. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, California, love to California, love to Florida, love to Virginia. Love to Iowa, love to Washington, love to Minnesota, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Illinois. Love to Indianapolis. Yeah, I don't know. Do people say homosexual still? I was trying to be like the most, I don't know. I was trying to say it in the best way possible. I usually use queer, but some people feel it's a slur still. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. So I felt like homosexual was the right term, but I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Yeah, I've used queer before and somebody was offended, but then the person right next to me said that that's what they prefer, so yeah, no offense. Not meaning to offend anybody. How hot is it? I didn't check, but it feels like high 70s. High of 80. 0 chance of rain. Slight breeze. Love to Texas. Yeah, I saw that, Jeremiah. Not as many people got arrested last night, though, because I think the feds were, they had a lot of criticism after what they did a couple nights ago, so they weren't really out last night. Whoa, 109 in Iowa. Sorry for offending you, Robert. Tasers and mace? I've never seen them use tasers. Definitely mace. It looks like a lot of people are going to the other events. We weren't sure if we were marching from here, but there's another big march going from Peninsula Park. So I think I might head over that way. Yeah, Snack Guy got arrested. He was live streaming and he dropped his phone while they were arresting him. So his live stream is still going for, I think, a while. I wasn't watching it, but that's just what I heard. Thanks, Paul. You want to get arrested, Todd? I don't want to get arrested. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The feds weren't out last night. Hi, Danielle. I think a lot of people, like I said, went to Peninsula Park. There's not a whole lot of people left here. There's hundreds of people over at Peninsula Park, so I'm probably heading that way. Hi, Brandy. Ew. Not everybody on the left is politically correct. Trust. Yeah, Peninsula Park is beautiful. They have a really nice fountain and rose garden. I have not seen a police officer use a taser in Portland. Where are you going?
I don't know. What, are you hungry?
No, I just ate. Thank you. I just had like a breakfast sandwich from Starbucks. Are you going to Peninsula Park?
Yeah, how far away is that? Are we all going?
I think Seoul's going, and I plan on going there because there's hundreds of people there right now. So, and they're marching.
All do chill then. There's probably food around there then, right?
Probably, or we could all meet up there too.
How far of a walk is it? It's no drive or a walk?
I think it's a drive. I think it's like a 10-minute drive. It's Andrew Mercado just got into town. Oh, so what is a good term other LGBTQ? That's what I usually say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do have gay friends, and they prefer different things. So I feel like LGBTQ is the most politically correct. Or gay? Is that one okay? Yeah, pan. I have a friend who's pan. I'm at Holiday Park, right by the Lloyd Center. Lens Park, I haven't heard of anything. Hey Lou. Sorry. Yeah, Soul's still here, Andrew Mercado's still here. Yeah, I'll stick to gay or LGBTQ. Yeah, there's probably just like 50 people here now. Pansexual is just you love who you love. You're not, you know, you wouldn't say you're gay or straight. It just depends on if you find somebody that you love, that's who you love. From my understanding of things anyway. Hey guys. Yeah, or look it up because I'm sure there's like a true definition. Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I got you. Just accept my request. We'll try to figure out. I wanted to more views and more organized and have like this crowd. So that would be
Okay, I think I'm, oh, sorry about that. Okay, everybody, I think I'm signing out for right now. And then, oh, it's facing this way.
coming up later. But Jasmine is bringing more walkies, so we're gonna have more later. These are just the ones that I bought.
My Commissioner Hardesty, who also was instrumental in, she's been working on body cams. I don't want to see more body cams on officers. I think more often than not, they put so many rules on body cams and how the body cam footage can be used and how it can be accessible to the public that body cams end up being another tool for officers to use to hurt people. They use that tool to make their stories straight. They use that tool to find people doing other things they didn't know were going on.
Right.
They use that tool. They end up writing so many rules around the use of body cams that it ends up not being anything useful for the public at all. Right. Well, not that it's not useful, but that the amount there's a balance here, and it tips the balance more further into their.
Got it. One of the things we did see too was that you have a council person, your mayor, and your police commissioner are all one and the same. Is that how that works out?
So, yes, all the commissioners, all the commissioners are have equal votes. So the mayor, it's like not a strong mayor system, is what they call that, right? The mayor has the same kind of vote as every other council member. The mayor chooses who is the commissioner of what bureau. So the mayor assigns the bureau. So he assigned the police bureau to himself.
Okay, so your mayor is the police commissioner then?
Yes.
Also a council member?
Yes.
Seems like a lot of hats for one person to wear.
Yes, it does. It's a lot. And also, I don't think he has I don't think he has the view on policing that we need. We need someone who is willing, who has the guts to hold officers accountable. One thing that the Portland Police Union is really good at is PR and spin, and that's something that activists have to really work on, and that's something that people who want to hold them accountable really have to work on, because basically we're like, we wanted to fund you. They're like, oh no, that's not going to work. Actually, if you want these things to happen, you need to give us more money.
Right.
No, I don't want to give.
It's like car sales 101.
Like, want to give you more money.
Yeah, but like the car's worth $20,000, we'll charge $28,000, we'll settle at $22,000,
Exactly.
but you're still paying $2,000 over the sticker price, right? Yeah.
Which is why we should have asked them for $200,000 for a $200 million cut to Portland Police instead of a $50 million because we only got 15. But 15 is more than we've ever gotten.
It's a step in the
I've
direction.
never seen the police budget go down. I've only seen it go up and up and up and up every year.
Yeah.
So to see it go down by 15 million is something. That's something. And to take cops out of schools, that's something big.
Yeah.
And we took cops out of off of TriMet, which is our bus system, and we got rid of the gun violence reduction team, which used to be called the gang task force. I just renamed it the gun violence reduction team. It's the exact same thing.
Right.
We've done something. Little by little, we're getting there.
Yeah, that was the nod that they gave in the direction up north in Seattle too. At first it was like, Ian, what was the number up north? They said at first it was like 5 million, right? 5%. Yeah, 50%. They said, all right, we'll give you 5 for the rest of 2020. But yeah, then everyone was like, no. Yeah, then everyone was like, no. So they stayed the not happening. And now they are like unextraditable, or not extraditable, non-vetoable vote that's going to get before council to defund it. 50.
Okay. So I went up to CHOP the night before those two shootings. Was actually on a wall for a little bit there because we knew there was probably going around and stabbed me on a wall for some reason. And I was like within sight of where that kid got shot the first night that we got shot there. It was interesting to like come back down. I went up there to see my buddy Booby and just touch base. I went to that. There's a rally pretty far north off the freeway this way, in a big park for a lady who died at the precinct over there. In a big, really huge park. And had people from all over the country there.
Yep.
And that was really inspiring. There's some really good things that Portland can learn from Seattle, and Seattle can learn from Portland. The CHOP was something inspiring and interesting. It became its own beast, like Occupy Here was, and it was interesting to see, what was happening there. But it's also awesome that we were able to do something that big for that long.
Yeah.
Hold it down and put a spotlight on what's going on.
Yeah.
We're serious, John.
No, and I mean, in all fairness, people can say what they want in the stream, but we've been there from the jump, and you watch the things that happened. there's going to be an element of violence. There's going to be an element of criminal presence, no matter what you do in any grouping of people, no matter where you're at.
People shooting murders all there all the time.
Right. And
when I walked to that neighborhood, because I go to Seattle all the time.
Yeah.
When it wasn't COVID, I go there every 3 to 4 weeks. I host MC for drum bass battles between Portland and Seattle. I go to drum bass Tuesdays and on set, and I go up there somewhat often. Rebar. I go to a lot of little cool spots up there. So and people are like, hey, be careful. Those alleys, they call them murder holes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's nothing new. But like, Seattle is no native or no stranger to crime. We're no stranger to murders. There's been, it's happening.
Yeah.
Capitol Hill is a huge melting pot, big bar community. Yeah. So you do see a lot of violence that happens in that area. And, I've been in scraps there, and that's just from years, like 20 years of living in the city, and like at the end of the day though, like the one thing that the CHOP we did see was at the end when they did the take back, there wasn't like a violent clash between these radical anarchists with guns and bombs. It was a slow march through by a very, very heavy police force. And now if you go up there into what was the CHOP zone, it's just like this. It's park, people playing soccer, everything's back to normal. So the violent aspect but people try to glorify that. Like, oh, it's this violent, crazy time because there were some shootings. End of the day though, change was made. They did get a demand, number one demand, defund the SPD by 50%. And now everything's not official, but you see a lot of spray paint and stories to be told, and that's kind of like the tattoos of the street, there's graffiti everywhere, but it's like that's the story of what happened. It sucks for some businesses that don't want that there. They've also been able to preserve a lot of the street art, a lot of the graffiti art, and put that into some of what's going to be, I'm sure, a cultural museum of some type, some kind of like modern art museum, which is fantastic. But so you do see what's happening down here, and it's surprising. Like when you see federal agents coming out and snatching bodies,
they're literally snatching people up.
Like, and people didn't know that. We were watching it. We filmed it, put it online. We snipped a clip and sent it out. Next thing you know, CNN's like, actually, this is really going on. Like, you watch them get out of a rental van, basically, and they're like, oh, you're coming with us. You're like, which is crazy. We're not trying to diss on Enterprise because they have great rental programs.
Showing this kind of stuff. Would CNN have ever said any of that stuff?
No, then we'd be getting hurt way worse.
Yeah, Ian said, like, what if there was no one with cameras?
The thing is that this has been going on for a really long time. We have been protesting for years. There have been protests, and they do come out in force and beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Do you feel, and this is a question that I personally wondered about, like, I've had some pretty deep conversations about the significance of a protest and what it actually accomplishes, And some people from the outside view, like, oh, this rabble of people are just defacing property, they're terrorizing this community, they're a violent group of individuals, right? And the more I look at protests, the more you see it on a world standpoint. Like, if there was better a way to raise attention, it'd be hard to find, right? To get Donald Trump himself to look at it. And maybe that attention is going to shine a light that's going to bring with it like a federal presence, right? And the people that are here are willing to stand in, and walk through that. They're willing to take that tear gas. There are going to be people there that are here for that fight. Like, they're angry at the police, angry at the government. They're just saying, ACAB type situation, right? But for everyone else, and maybe you can talk on this, like from the peaceful side, up until things stop being peaceful, the presence, the occupation, their stand-in, however you want to label it, is something that is drawing attention on a big view, on a very macro view. And from what we saw last night, what we keep seeing in Portland is it'll be a group of 300 to 500 people that have gathered the attention of an international platform. And that, I think, is powerful for whatever your cause. I don't care if it's for equality or if you're looking to just make some kind of civil change of any kind. Like, it's powerful to see. But do you feel, personally, what's happening down here is progression? Are we making progress with the nightly clash? Or would it be better to just leave? What's that?
I love everything. I love all this shit. I love little bits like this in the park.
Yeah.
I love that we're making them spend a bunch of money downtown.
Was it like $26,000 on that fence?
Exactly.
That turned into like, basically, turned into like, wall, like,
and we give it us more fence.
Yeah, it's like what you saw in a lot of these the protests that were going on. Like, you'd see these bricks that would show up on the street sides, and you would know that's probably, people are like, oh, please throw these bricks. We want to say that, but what you guys are doing is like, all right, we're just gonna build a wall with them. Like, all right, stacking them up, which, it's industrious. The protesters down here are like a civil engineer task force. Jawas, yeah, because
whatever's going on, and make something fun.
Dude, you just see it all of a sudden. It's like, ready? Yeah, go. Oh, hey. Oh, good looking. Thank you very much. But man, it's wild. Seattle guy, yeah. But it's wild that we watched with the fences, and then things were coming out of nowhere. Like they were building small barricades. Like where are they even finding this stuff, man?
They just
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy. Like there's a fire going. Something.
How is there still more stuff closing up?
Where? Yeah. Where are you finding it, man? Yeah.
52. How is there still more stuff for you to grab?
Yeah, right.
What is going on
Yeah,
around
it's
here?
just damn near 4 o'clock in the morning, and people are still like building a clubhouse. You know, just stacking it up.
So I like every little bit of it. I like quiet vigils. I like the moms marches. I like the people standing on lines and like it feels. You may not notice, but if you're around town, at certain times, at certain days, and like during traffic times or whatever, there are just people, like 5, 6 people on some main street somewhere holding signs.
Yeah.
There's people on the roads that go to the suburbs and like who like live close to there, and they're holding signs and getting cussed at and getting honks and waves and support. And,
Yeah.
and like whatever. People
The
like,
road trolls.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, but there's people everywhere, all over the city. I can see it on little things like the stop signs will have been faced slightly to say different things,
Yeah.
right?
Like some racial inequality, things
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
but
Like you can see, and there's little bits all over the city, and you're seeing it, and you're seeing more of the, a lot of people just didn't think it was happening because it wasn't happening to them.
Right. That's good. That's a great observation to make.
Now
Yeah.
we all have phones that we can actually catch a clear picture of what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a whole new story.
It is. I appreciate you taking the time. It's really good talking to you. And we'll see you tonight at 10, I'm sure, and the rest of the night for whatever may happen.
Yeah, I'll start following you. I started following you guys. I'm following a couple other guys.
Yeah, concrete reporting, man. We get it. Yeah, we got you. All right, we'll talk to you. You good? All right.
By the way,
Thanks.
Rebar's closed. We're good now.
I heard that's like the last week or
Because
so,
of
right?
COVID. Yeah.
You been coming up for Drum Tuesdays, whatever? Like, do you remember FX?
Yeah.
Oh man, Planet of the Drums.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was just talking to somebody and he was talking about Donald Glod. He saw spinning. And I was like, man, I remember Glod from NAF Studios. Remember NAF?
I remember that.
Back in the day.
He's all dripping. And
Oh, just disgusting, but it was like a den of sin, but it was amazing at the same time.
I love that.
Just the whole Jungle Crew, that was amazing. I just loved it. I mean, that's back when like Naha, DJ Wheels, you had fucking Jimmy Hoffa, like some of these guys that were just, that Seattle DJ team was so incredible, man. Oh man, so in love. One of the first crushes. Like, oh, I'm in love with you so much. Yeah, right? Oh, it's so crazy. I went from like 200-300 people that you'd have at like a sold out show at NAF to like, then you had like Crescent and USC came in, you know, my boy Chad like started doing his thing and it was like 10,000 people. Just amazing, man. But I miss FX. Planet of the Drums was filthy. Yeah. That was a hit. All right. The spot up on the U District, they had that one, like, on the Ave, they had one that was going.
One spot that was like, I think it's like off of like kind of just past a brewery, Old Rainier Brewery, and it's like off and over here, and you're like it's at the end of it's like
up
on
on
a bridge. It's a little warehouse in the edge of a bridge, like bridge over here, like a free like I-5, and then
Yeah.
you just cut over here, and there's like big ass warehouse.
That kind of down in Georgetown, right?
Yeah, down on Georgetown.
I can't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was
They actually still go hard. They have some spots down there that they actually had like the 9-pound hammer and Jules Mays down there.
Yeah.
Like they were throwing some like some D&B shows. Like they were great. They were great. Yeah. All right, we'll see you tonight then, all right? Later. Yeah. What happened? Oh yeah.
I didn't want the dash Seattle in the first place, but somebody else made the page for me in the beginning, so I was like, shit. Can we change it at this point on Facebook?
People that share your thing, they think this is Seattle.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
I edit it right now. But at least on Twitch, it's not.
Going national.
Good looking. Yeah.
Because I had shared it, and then people were like, "Is this Seattle?" I'm like, no, they're in Portland. Like they're in Portland.
Yeah. And we got Shay in New York right now. Like it's cool. Yeah.
I'm
That's
about
it.
to show him your trumpet. The trumpet.
Oh man, killing it, man.
It's so
The
fun.
soundtrack of the march,
I don't
of the
know,
protest.
It's one of my favorite footage anyone's got. Look at this shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy tonight. I have a respirator for you if you want to come.
You hear me in the distance? It's like Apocalypse Now, man.
I think it would be a movie if it wasn't.
Like this would be like a roll credit. Like it's so Luna said it once, man. Like this would be great. Like you just roll credits right now. Like that would be it. Then you got flashbangs going off. And then they does a little retreat march when they go back into the building. He's like, yeah, does his little thing. Man, he kills it. He kills it. He got arrested within 24 hours of being here. But then he got the release. They booked him and released him. And
Is that a trumpet or is that the...
this is trumpet.
That's the
Chubby guy from Chop.
Dude, he would straight up march the police out of Chop. Like, he would get right on their tails, just do the marching orders. He would do like the.
Are you guys saving all your streams from Chop?
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everything's definitely, we got it all embedded. Yeah.
After every stream, I'd save it.
Yeah.
Do you have the same
I
thing
need
where,
to.
Like, you're so busy out fucking doing this that you don't have time to
I don't have
clip
time
your
to
shit.
maintain my main.
It's
That's
frustrating.
So hard to keep up on. Yeah.
You guys have a YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything streams right. It all saves right into
It's a
YouTube.
restream, like everything at the same time.
And that's the easiest part about it though, is because everything we do, again, like I said, is live.
Yeah.
So it's not like we need to do video editing.
Yeah.
Also, nobody wants to scope it for.
I know, but that's but it's like.
What we're gonna try to do is like start doing like 1 hour cuts. So we'll do an hour cut, 1 hour cut, and we'll do like when we do like 3 or 4 hours, then we can assign to people that want to volunteer, because we love all you guys for being involved. Thank you so much. Yeah, timestamp it. Yeah, no. Yeah, like there's tons of people that have been getting involved on our videographers, people that are doing like the photo montage. Everything's fan. You guys so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, as these people timestamping those things, we'll just assign an hour to a small group, and you can do 15, 15, 15, 15, and just pull the highlights out of that.
Every hour though, like viewership will drop off because they'll think we're.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. Not if they know who you are. Like that's why you build your platform. I mean, you have a platform already, but then people will trust your clips at that point because they know everything you've done has been live.
Yeah.
But I have clips too from like funny situations, the porta potty monster.
Yeah.
That I have that clipped. I have like when I was here, we had an Antifa Karen bothering us. Like,
Yeah.
what's your purpose here? It's like, I don't know, film what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, we had like Camera Karen one time. Camera Karen came up, dude. She was, yo, this lady was like Johnny Mnemonic. She had a GoPro on each shoulder, one on her hat, one on her back on each side. She had like 2 or 3 color photos. She had like one in her hand, 2 on her hip. Yeah, straight up like a Glock on her hip. And she just came up and was just doing the whole doxing people.
She tries to just dox people.
With that night, she sent me a picture somehow, like side by side with a police officer that looked kind of like me. And I looked the guy up, and he's like got 90,000 Instagram followers. He's been on Joe Rogan. I was like, well, thanks for at least making him cool. Like, you didn't just say it was some Joe Schmo cop. Like, thank you. Appreciate that, Camera Karen. She's like, and then she sent me a friend request. I'm like, oh, okay. We're going to dox you. Then I want to be your buddy. Like, get out of here.
We had a seatbelt Karen too.
Seatbelt Karen?
Yeah, the cars were driving to the 5th precinct in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Everybody was hanging on to vehicles and riding in the back of the beds. So we took our freeways because Minneapolis is in like 3 sections.
Sure.
So you had to drive the highway to get there. And so there's this, she literally had the haircut and everything, like 40s.
Yeah.
And she's out there, put your seatbelts on, seatbelts.
Seatbelts.
Yeah. So she was being dead serious.
I love the mask Karens too, which I'm bad. I got a mask in my pocket. I know I wear a mask, guys.
We don't be mask Karen.
Yeah, I know.
It's my face, my choice.
My face, my choice, yeah. Your face, your choice, you know? Don't talk to me.
We encourage the use of mask wearing, but we don't be mask Karen.
We don't need them. But here we go, just so you guys see it. I know they actually have like a little button, like a trigger button on our feed here that like call them like face pants.
Oh no, it was on the SPN.
On a Seattle Protest Network.
A chat shortcut.
Well, it's because we all know we're gonna be wearing that soon anyway.
Yeah. Dude, I got this one, and then I got this one, then I've got like my actual neck one that I pull up when I'm like, all right, cool, it's time to go to town.
It's time to go.
Yeah, things are about to, as Ian says, it's about to go down.
It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Everyone's got their little sound bites. Like we were talking about that today. Ian's one is like, it's about to go down. And then you got Bamboo over here is like, but CJ, like, I don't want to go into the smoke. And then mine's like, well, doesn't seem like it's peaceful anymore. Like, safe to say it's not peaceful anymore. Yeah. But Bamboo, man, is, but see, like Bamboo, let's go. But CJ, it's hilarious. Yeah. Your knee brace? People don't get it, man. For you guys watching, like protest fatigue is a legit thing. Not just like if you're in there protesting, but like when you're stepping over a bunch of choppy ground and backpedaling and then on dead-on sprints from the cops like last night. That was nuts. Then the one cop, I had to do the whole bob and weave on one guy. Like he came in and tried to grab me. I was like, nope. And then he gave up and he kept going. I was like, fuck. And then the other guy's like, you. And I was like, nuh-uh. And then poor Ian here is recording and I turned on a dead sprint and just boom. And the guy came after me and Ian's like, oh shit, if he's passing me, I should be running. Cause I'm always like, Ian, get in here. And then he's always right there. But I just, the funniest thing though on the street, you guys might have seen if you watch the stream, was like the cops did one of their bull rushes and we were kind of on the sidewalk. No. It was on the side street by the 7-Eleven kind of. Like, it was after the initial rush and then the secondary, but on like the third push, there was this cute little, last night, there's this cute little chick out there and she's doing her thing and she's kind of like in the middle of the road with her boyfriend or whoever else. And the cop looks at her and he's like, starts running at her, and she's kind of jogging. And he just yells like, "If I catch you, I'm gonna arrest you." And then like she kind of faded behind like a power box, and I see her like knife hand, like straight up like the Terminator. And this dude's on a dead sprint, like he's out there by himself. I'm talking like 40 yards in front of all the other cops. They all stopped like, "Fucking get her, Jenkins! Fucking get her! Get her!" And she just dusted him, and she just gone. I'm not even playing, like she's hurdled over some stuff, just getting it. I was like, holy shit! What? Usain Bolt? Yeah. Oh yeah.
People are like, "Why are you running?" It's like it's part of it.
It's you gotta yeah.
regroup.
It's just.
I gotta stretch tonight. Though.
Oh man, for real.
Yeah, like I know, cause I had my
Yeah.
thigh's been pulled, and like I played softball last 2 nights, and like
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
softball.
You got a softball injury.
I got a softball injury.
Ian blew his pants out last night. His favorite skinny jeans.
Is that why you're wearing sweatpants?
Yeah. Is that why you're wearing sweatpants?
Super comfortable, dude.
I would suggest Puma, the sweatpants of protest. The official. Puma, if you're watching, we'd love to get a sponsorship. Go ahead and send us that link. Yeah, we picked that up on the way down last night.
Eric's actually has them.
Yeah, Eric's handed us a handful. She probably asked more. Yeah, they were just look. She's right there. Yeah.
Gotta step away. Fan engagement.
Fan engagement.
Man, you always gotta get that fan engagement.
I'll tell you what I do. What I can't do anymore is I never watch the comments.
Yeah.
And then the 2 seconds Ian walks away and I turn around and look. I'm like, oh really? Oh really?
God.
And I started engaging and everyone's like, don't do it. Don't take the bait, CJ.
I try to insulate his ass.
It's so hard. People say the most ridiculous shit, and there's always like one person. Everyone else is amazing. You guys are amazing. But there's that one guy or one person.
I literally I never ban people for having a different opinion, but I literally just banned some asshole because he's like, "It's so fucking incompetent." I'm like, well, fuck you then. Confident enough
You don't
to
have.
ban your ass.
Look what I'm good at, man. Like a boss.
I want to talk about.
He's not what I'm talking about. But I'm not good at being like, oh, just ignore them, they'll go away. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want them to go away. Stick around for a while. I got some shit I want to say. If nothing else, I got some words I want to share with you. But everyone else, we love you. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And everyone else, the trolls.
It's not that hard to not be a dickhead. Just saying. You know?
Seriously. For real.
Really not that hard to not be a dickhead.
You can. He's like, I'm gonna get done tying my shoe and I'm coming for you. Yeah.
We're gonna be so tired tonight.
Oh man,
we're gonna get real sad.
Don't burn your energy right now. For real, we've been talking about that protest fatigue. How it's like just being in the front area. You're like, fuck. But I'll say, okay, so you guys have been watching us up north in Seattle. So one of the big differences you see for like the police tactics here and what you got up north is they have a lot of bike police up in Seattle, right? So you guys have seen that, right? They have like the barricade police. Hey, if you're watching, you're on the bike squad. Sorry, man, y'all got to work on like you should ride your bike when you're not on duty because these guys fall off their bikes more than anything. It's like a Tour de France wreck, dude. Like they're like go, and like they'll open the line, they'll shoot out, and the first guy's always like, huh! And he eats shit, and then like 4 or 5 bikes go down. And they're calling for next. Oh no, we lost Jenkins, Smith, Thompson, and Carellers. And it's like, but the guys that are funny is the ones that they ditch their bike, they fall off, they act like that was the purpose. Yeah, I'm good. I was gonna chase them on foot anyway. Like, no, you weren't. Yeah, that's like tripping in the mall. You're like, I'm late for a sale at Foot Locker. Hey, come on, man. You fell off your bike.
The first time I came here, when I first saw how just the PPD before we
Yeah.
here, they're like 15, 20 deep on a van, just riding and hanging
Yeah.
on. I'm like, what is this?
Like, we're not gonna run you down. We're just gonna run you over. What are you talking about?
Like, are we in the United States or like what country are we in?
For real? Yeah.
Oh, and like they were roasting people, like they were like rolling the window down and saying, "Hey, you tiny little." I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Fuck?
What'd that one guy say? He's like, time to go home, baby. Yeah. Got that guy. She was like, what?
DJ Elrat's getting
Yeah.
a little sassy.
Yeah.
But it seems like we're kind of low on people, but I think we still are. I'm not sure. I haven't heard otherwise. So. Okay. Where's Eric?
Oh yeah, and then they use
I don't know.
the.
Your sticker? Where the heck did you keep going? I'm up. Okay. You know, I'm here there.
Taking a nap on the bench. We had to wake him up. Can't wait to get up. No, I'm not good. Yeah, right.
I want to eat before we go out.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna get it to some numbers.
Yeah.
I know safety meetings. No, we need to freaking get some freaking some food. Some food. Yeah.
Why do I feel like you guys are talking in code right now? So Soul said we got to get some food. Some food. He's like, oh yeah, food. We ate a late breakfast.
Well, you gotta tell
We went to Red Robin. Don't hate, man. It was a block from our hotel. I mean, a block from somebody's hotel. He didn't even get out of bed. He said I had to bring him food in bed, man.
Just get up.
Ian was in bed. He was laying there. He's like, but my favorite skinny jeans aren't even alive anymore.
I was up till 10 a.m. with my skinnies, all right?
Yeah. This guy, man, for real, he's up all night just running clips and stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, I got to put Bamboo to bed. He gets grumpy if we don't give him enough sleep. You know, interns, right? I'm like, go to bed, Bamboo. He's like, but CJ. Oh, for real, but CJ. Like, Bamboo, go to bed, man. I told you, I'll give you a Go-Gurt, some juice boxes. Give him some Benadryl and a night-night song. And it's time to go sleep.
So, what is the deal with the merch? Here, they're setting it up. So they're going to have speakers. I'm sure they're going to play music and
oh, there you go.
Do the little thing that everybody does in marching.
Yeah, marching. U-Haul got some plugs last night that weren't so great, like the riot ribs. See the cops go out and slash the tires of the U-Haul? Oh man, so they pulled up. What happened was like the U-Haul, we were coming around the corner, and the U-Haul like kind of put themselves between the police and the protesters. And the cops were like, all right, man, like came up and cut out the back tires. And I were like, oh, if it was an obstruction before, what is it now, man? You can't. And then they towed it. They hinged up the front tires, and we were sitting there. We're like, well, what are you guys gonna do about the back tires are on rims? Like, oh, the motorcycle cop's like, well, they're gonna hook up some casters and do this. And as she's talking, the guy just drives away and says, like, well, there goes that plan. She's explaining it too, like, well, you know, we have a little lift hoist thingy. It was very scientific, and then she just fucking, the guy is like, all right, see it, and it's just. I was like, well, you guys got that figured out, don't you? It was ridiculous. They picked hey, did you see the guy they tackled off the bike in front of 7-Eleven? I swear they tackled it. There was a group of dudes that were in front of 7-Eleven, and they came down, did their little sprint, and that's where Ian lost his phone. I don't know how, that's crazy, right? But like they came from, that's what I said.
Really cool photojournalist from Britain just like found it on the ground.
Of course. Shout out to the Euros, yeah.
Australians have been big supports too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Australia watches our shit.
Oh, that's amazing. We got some mods that like some people, like every time I do shout outs, say, hey, anyone in the Twitch right now, where you at? Like, where are you guys coming in from? Because that's what I did. We had people in Peru, we had people that were over in like Germany, like Spain.
All around the world are watching, like literally.
Yeah. It's so cool to get that support too. Like I'll get DMs sometimes in different languages, and I'm like, man, I don't know what you're speaking, but.
What tripped me out was when a viewer of mine, this is like before I understood the gravity of what was happening.
Yeah.
I had been watching. Mail had figured out where George Floyd's square was in Minneapolis, and sent flowers to put there. And so like they said, hey, go check it out. So like I'm streaming, and like a viewer's flowers are right there in front of me. You know.
That's so cool, man.
Dude, like you can't be. That's like reality right there.
You love that. We have up north. We have like the pizza fairies. You probably hear us talk about it. But it's wild because like every night they do the protest, like 35 pizzas will show up at the protest, and it'll all be people that are like our stream. We have people from Florida send pizzas. Like, oh yeah, I sent like 20 pizzas, and they're full on like supporting people out there. But then you get like people like, hey, no problem. Like someone will pop up like, oh, did you get the pizzas? I'm like, dude, hey, wow, man, like way to keep people fed, man.
Hell yeah. That's what we try. It's so funny. So every morning in Minneapolis, when the mainstream news would come, we would ask them for waffles, and because it was in the curfew and we were in there, we were locked in. So we asked CNN for waffles every morning, and they didn't have any. So after a week, no, I think it was like 4 days, 5 days, dude.
Who knows? They all blurred. Yeah, it feels like years.
So a viewer came and brought me a box of waffles to give to the people, you know, in the morning. I'm like, you know what? It'll be a better idea is if we give CNN a box of waffles in the morning. So we were waiting forever for them to show up, and then finally they showed up, and I gave them like, hey guys, in case you're hungry, we figured you guys would need a box of waffles. And that was the day the curfew ended. And, like,
way to make that change. We broke bread finally. All right, guys, they brought us some food. We're good.
Big metaphor right there.
Big metaphor, yeah, right?
For who's taking over here, hopefully.
Also, shout out to Lego. We're looking for that sponsorship as well. Go ahead and kick us down.
Lego, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to get that. Dude, I would live stream building Legos. Like just a Lego challenge, raise money.
All right, Bill Deals.
Build a Lego piece the fastest. Yeah, I always built Legos without the instructions.
Send us that Super Star Destroyer. Let's get it down. Let's get it down.
The nerd and everybody's coming out right now.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Yep, it's happening.
He has me and him both have a PlayStation T-shirt too.
Dude, I got PlayStation tattooed on
Yeah,
me right
PlayStation
here.
Video games all day.
He's got the Smash Brother Pros. That's the cube, jerk.
PlayStation button. It's funny, video gamers and everybody's out here.
We love it,
We
John.
were talking to that dude earlier about like it's like the live streaming thing before it was kind of like a novelty, video games, novelty.
Yeah.
But now it's like a fucking public service. It's like a real fucking public service.
Like I've been saying, dude, lifestyle streaming is the next wave.
It's
I already
lifestyle
know.
streaming.
Just fucking going on vacation and live streaming. People want to see that because everybody's locked at home.
Yeah.
Everybody has COVID right now.
Absolutely.
People, I would love to experience watching someone at the fucking beach just like I was there.
Yeah, like the
That's
vicarious stream is exactly, yeah.
Dude, lifestyle
And,
streaming.
and
is the
people
next
think
wave.
people think it's silly, but it really does something for a lot of people. Because it's live and it's like they can be there with you, they can engage with you, they can interact with you in the comments and like as if they're there with you. You know?
It's a virtual reality situation, but then like a new like viewer, like we were talking about with the immunodeficient people, they're like they can't come out.
That's what I keep saying the same thing.
Man, we have the Seattle Protest Network up there is a bunch of people that like
People
that's
that are
exactly what it is.
Disabled people can't.
Yeah, can't come out.
But they
But
support with their views.
in all fairness, though, one of the coolest clips that I saw last night on our footage was old boy in the wheelchair with the helmet. What's his name? You see the guy in the wheelchair that was out there? He's got GoPros attached to his chair. The feds, dude, he's wheeling, there's tear gas everywhere. And then out of the smoke, you see his wheelchair. One of the feds is pushing his wheelchair.
Oh my God.
And like strolls. And this dude's straight streaming the whole thing. He's got GoPros and he's got, no, for reals. We talked to him and I was like, he's probably got the smoothest camera angle too. Like he's on one of those tracks like, yeah, thanks. And then he gets across the street, folds up, he's like, there you go, gotta go. It's like, no, he didn't fold up his wheelchair. Mad love for all the people out there with disabilities that are out repping. But that dude was amazing, man. He was just like out of the tear gas smoke, rolls the wheel, and the Fed just gives him a little shove. Like, go along, little bird, be free. It was epic, man. I was like, that was beautiful, man. And the whole time he's got GoPros that are like going everywhere. Like, oh, dude, it was beautiful. Yeah, he was down there. He had he's like, man, this helps. I was like, man, you're right at the wrong level, though, man. They're shooting at you. He's like, no, I can feel anything anyway. I was like, kidder. He pulled down his face shield. He's got like a full-on like motorcycle helmet on. I called him Hot Wheels. Like, what's up, Hot Wheels? He was like, I'll take that. Rock and roll, man. God, hey, if you're watching, dude, you're a stud. Thank you so much, man. Repping it up. Yeah. Wait, let's wrap up and then we'll come back on. So we're here with everybody.
All of us. Andrew Mercado.
Solo Luna. Savvy.
CJ, Ian. We even got Bamboo back there. Say what's up, Bamboo. There we go. But CJ! Sorry, y'all. We'll be back, guys. We're going to be jumping on the march. Remember, 10 o'clock tonight at the Apple Store, and then that march is heading towards.
There's like 4 or 5 different people that want to ask Andrew about the porta potty.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
What happened with that?
So there was fires happening, right? And I'm looking at the fires, and we're underneath the bridge, and there's a porta-john like right in the middle of it. And I'm talking to someone on the bridge because I'm like, hey, is there any fires over there? And he's like, yeah. And I'm trying to say, like, what building is it? And my eyes are above what's happening, but my camera's pointing at this porta-john. And the shit, like, it's on its front, and it's the door is on the ground.
Okay.
And you just see somebody just trying to break out of it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what is that? What's happening here? And like, I'm like, no, I don't want any part of that because the whole, like, it's like chaos happening.
Plus, that's where zombies come out of.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. So then all of a sudden you just see like a hand come out of it. Like, cause on the side where there's bolts, but you can break out of it. And so like these guys are like trying to get out of the porta-john because it's knocked over on its door. So all of a sudden one guy gets out and another guy gets out. Two people were in it.
That's their business.
It's their business, and then they stood it up, and you just see all the blue water come out of them. Like, what the fuck was that? You know what? Never mind. And then I go around the corner, and then a transformer blows, and the fucking power goes out, and it was just
that's crazy.
It was similar to some shit that you saw with the trumpeter, dude. It's like it's something you can't make up.
You can't make that up.
That wouldn't have been ever seen if we were live streaming.
You can't make that up. Just a fist. I'm alive in here.
That, like, because I thought
you're like in border. You're ready to run. You're like, I don't know.
I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah. He said, nope.
I thought it was from the heat because I thought I don't know what I thought was happening. Like, I didn't.
Your eyes were trying to justify what you knew was happening.
Well, because I'm
Someone is being birthed out of a porta potty. I've arrived. Sorry, shit monster just came at you.
No, I guess I was focused on the burning building. I forgot to look at the porta john.
That's an easy mistake to make. Easy mistake to make. You gotta film something, look at something else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, that's that story, y'all. That's hilarious. All right, cool. We're outie.
See you guys.
See you in a few.